in by 11:30 for us to get them on air, please. And you must be 18 or over.
But first, at 3 o'clock this afternoon, the Duke of Edinburgh will attend the Captain General's Parade. That's at Buckingham Palace, and that will be his last official royal engagement before retiring. He is 96. In 1947, the world watched with pride as a young Princess Elizabeth married the former Greek naval officer Philip Mountbatten. And ever since, the Duke of Edinburgh has been stoically stood by his wife's side. From state dinners to royal tours to the Queen's Diamond Jubilee and the wedding of Prince William and Kate, Prince Philip has supported Queen Elizabeth both publicly and privately for nearly 70 years. But it wasn't always smooth sailing. Who can forget these memorable quotes? Today marks the Duke's final official engagement, and we celebrate a lifetime of dedicated service.
And the Sunday Express's royal editor, Camilla Tominey, is with us this morning. And you've followed the Prince for many years in your role as a royal correspondent. You've seen him up close quarters, not personal, but close quarters. What's this day like for you? Is it a sad day? Will you miss him?
It's sad, actually, because I think journalistically we've always followed him. So if you imagine when the Queen and him go on engagement, one goes in one direction, one goes in the other, and sometimes you feel a bit light in journalists because you've always got to have somebody with him just in case he says something. And invariably he always will. So I remember quite recently we did a forum with him to Malta, and this guy appeared with this really bushy, sort of like Captain Birdseye beard, and he just leaned into and went, "Didn't you think you should shave if you were going to meet the Queen?" This man went, oh, sorry, and he said, "I'm only joking." You know, a lot of the time he's said these things to put people at ease, because when the Queen walks into a room, everyone's like rabbits in headlights, and he's kind of like the wingman. He's the one who kind of warms up the crowd.
Rub and gloves.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah, rub and gloves. Quite. So in that regard, of course we're going to miss him, and it's, on one hand, not a shock at all. I mean, 96-year-old retires. It's hardly headline news, but...
What does retirement mean? Will he literally just go and sit at home watching telly?
He's not a pipe and slippers type. So I think Buckingham Palace have been at pains to point out they haven't used the word retirement. Only journalists like us have used it. Actually, behind the scenes, he'll just carry on. He'll keep on his letter writing. He'll keep on reading briefing papers. He'll still stay connected to his key charities. He'll still take a look at the Duke of Edinburgh Award and everything that's doing. He just doesn't want to do what I would call the opening of the envelopes anymore. And
so the younger royals will be doing that now, will they?
They will.
Stepping up.
That's what's interesting about this whole thing, is how now will the royal family reconfigure itself. You've got the Queen there at 91. She needs a +1 as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember during the Diamond Jubilee, and he was taken ill, and there was a service at St Paul's Cathedral, and she actually walked on one side and left a gap, because for all of her reign he has been her right-hand man, and without him around she'll need replacement. So I think we'll see more of Prince Charles, the Duke of York, Prince Edward stepping up to the plate and doing jobs with her. I think as other royal women as well, her daughter Princess Anne, Sophie Wessex, who she gets on brilliantly with, she'll come in and help her with some things. And then we're going to be seeing more of the Cambridges, which hopefully is good news to people because they're very popular, and Prince Harry. There's a sense now that Kate and William have to step up to the plate. They're moving down from Norfolk this summer because Prince George is starting school in September. They're going to have to take on more work. I think Prince Harry is a universally popular figure who we'd all like to see a bit more of.
Well, he brings the fun as well, doesn't he, Harry?
He might replace his grandfather in sort of giving the journalists a few headlines.
But they've got big shoes to fill, because he has worked so hard, hasn't he?
Well, he's done.
They are going to really have to step up.
They gave us the stats, and even I couldn't believe it. And I've been on many of these jobs over the last decade. He's done 22,000 solo engagements. He's done 635, I think, foreign visits overseas. He's written 5,000 speeches. He's written 14 books.
I didn't know that.
A couple of them have been about carriage driving. That's something he'll still be doing, Eamon, in his spare time. Carriage driving around Windsor.
Quite physical now.
It is.
But look, that's an appraisal often from Camilla there. Camilla, stay with us, because we want to meet, maybe his biggest fan, because certain royal hearts are breaking across the country, and none more so than record-breaking royalist Anita Atkinson. Good morning, Anita. She's live from her home in County Durham this morning. Very nice to see you. You are a special woman.
Good morning, Eamon.
Good seeing you, Anita, and I know you're a big supporter of the man. We're going to find out more about that. But first of all, we've heard what Camilla thinks of Prince Philip. How would you sum him up?
Oh, how would I sum him up? Well, he's been the lifeline of the nation, hasn't he? We here in County Durham today, not celebrating his retirement, but celebrating the contribution, the huge contribution he has made to the life of this country and to the Commonwealth as well.
Now, your wee museum there,
He's a huge figure.
You've got a shrine to him, basically. Amongst Philip paraphernalia that you have collected there, fill us in. What have you got? What are you most proud of? And, oh, goodness me, that is an amazing treasure trove you've got there. Tell us more about it.
We've got, well, loads of things. There's loads of tins, but inevitably, of course, whenever you see Prince Philip, the Queen is there as well. But I do have some memorabilia just with Prince Philip on, and there are photographs as well, and pictures and paintings of Prince Philip round the museum as well. But we have lots of things. I quite like the playing cards from 1977, from the Silver Jubilee, because that was the one thing that actually started this whole collection, which now numbers over 7,000 items. It was a set of playing cards with Prince Philip on, and they're here as well.
And who would have thought that you would end up holding the Guinness Book of Records title for the greatest royal nostalgia collection anywhere in the world, Anita? So well done on that. How are you going to be celebrating today?
Well, we're celebrating with a group of friends here, and we have an English afternoon tea. I've made the cakes, and this time I'm not going to drop any on the floor, hopefully. But there we go, we've got the scones and the clotted cream and the jam, and we've got the finger sandwiches with cucumbers in. We've got everything here. Come and see.
He came and saw you. You actually have met him, Anita.
Yes, I have, yes, twice, at least.
At least.
Not that I wanted to, I should say. But,
Well,
yeah, the first time was in Silver Jubilee in Durham City.
yeah. Well, look, that's lovely,
That was
lovely
the first
memories, and I'm sure he'll be dead chuffed that you're there doing all the things that you do. Thank you very much indeed.
Enjoy your afternoon
and enjoy
tea.
your tea, and thanks to everybody who's turned up with you this morning
Thank
as
you.
well.
Congratulations, Prince Philip.
Thank you.
And Camilla, so 3 o'clock this afternoon, this is the Captain General's Parade at Buckingham
Yeah,
Palace.
the Royal Marines. So
Yeah.
he's going to be on the dais, he's going to see the parade, he's going to meet some of the Royal Marines down there, half an hour job, and then he'll go back in.